Sophie Cunningham has broken the internet in multiple ways over the last day. All right, the other day before the Chicago Sky game, this Barbie, and let's be real, let's be honest. If you were going to cast somebody as Barbie, there's a good chance you'd take a long, hard look at Sophie Cunningham.
Imagine throwing on a fast food t-shirt and accidentally hijacking an entire sports league's news cycle. That's exactly what Sophie Cunningham did. One slogan, one shirt, 800,000 sales later, and suddenly Arby's is outpacing WNBA ticket revenue. You couldn't script this absurdity if you tried.
She has gone viral, all right? She's gone viral over hot girls eat Arby's. Yeah. She was wearing this outfit, this arrangement into the Chicago Sky game. Of course, the Indiana Fever, I would like to say beat the brakes off the Sky, but really it felt like they underachieved a good bit.
But buried in this curly fry chaos, a shocking truth about the league's biggest failure. And it's got nothing to do with roast beef. Before we dive in, smash that like button if you believe realness beats algorithms, and subscribe right now. This story is about to expose everything wrong with modern sports branding. It was supposed to be just another theme night, Barbie-inspired outfits, playful nostalgia. Then Sophie Cunningham walked in wearing a shirt screaming, "Hot girls eat Arby's." The internet detonated. Memes flooded timelines. Mentions skyrocketed, and that $12 tee became a cultural grenade. But here's the twist. Arby's had used that slogan since 2023. No one cared until Sophie made it feel raw, unrehearsed, human.
Cunningham's t-shirt became a marketing phenomenon. Sophie Cunningham currently plays for the Indiana Fever and has now become one of the most recognizable WNBA players. And for Barbie night, she pulled up wearing a shirt that said "Hot girls eat Arby's," and the internet lost it. But here's the real backstory. A few months earlier, Sophie posted a video rating Arby's. And that video was just her being authentic in herself. And that puppy went viral.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and give Arby's a solid 9 out of 10.
Then following this, the phrase "hot girls eat Arby's" started flying around. And it turns out that Arby's has been saying this since 2020.
While the lead pushed glossy photo shoots and choreographed TikTok dances, Sophie's zero-effort vibe did the impossible, made fast fashion hotter than basketball highlights. Months before Barbie night, Sophie posted a video no PR team would have approved. Just her in a car, rating Arby's curly fries like she was texting a friend. "Solid 9 out of 10, she shrugged. No filters, no glam squad, no agenda. That clip didn't just go viral, it became a manifesto. Fans were starved for athletes who sounded like actual people, not corporate bots. And Sophie served it up hotter than Arby's melt.
Somebody that has gotten ridiculously popular this year with the Indiana Fever. I made a prediction that she was going to be the second most popular player on this team by the end of the year. And then, of course, there was the big incident during the Connecticut Sun game. And by the end of that game, she was known as Caitlin Clark's enforcer, right? The one that's got her back. At times, it feels like the only one that's got her back, if I'm being quite honest.
While stars like Angel Reese plotted viral moments with stage confrontations and scripted TikToks, Sophie's Realness built an army. No influencers, no hashtags. Just her and a sandwich. This wasn't content creation, it was conversation. She didn't perform hunger for the camera. She genuinely debated curly fries versus crinkle cuts between bites. In an era of overproduced athlete branding, Sophie's raw clip felt like stumbling on a hidden diary entry. Fans didn't just watch, they responded, flooding comments with their own fast food confessions.
Let's talk about Arby's. She is now on the Arby's payroll. Decided that it was a match made in roast beef heaven. Hot girls eat Arby's. No knock on Arby's, Sophie, but if you give Arby's 9 out of 10, I'll take you to Racks. I'll buy you some Racks, and I think you will find that hot girls probably eat Racks. Arby's has a new spokeswoman, and it just so happens to be Sophie Cunningham. Yeah, that's right. Sophie Cunningham, who took to her social media to discuss how much she enjoyed a trip that she made to Arby's.
That 9 out of 10 rating wasn't review. It was an invitation to be human, in a league polishing itself into irrelevance. The algorithm didn't push this. People did. Because authenticity isn't a trend. It's oxygen in a room thick with filters. Somewhere along the way, the league forgot its soul basketball. Games started feeling like reality TV spin-offs. Instagram side-eyes, manufactured beefs, nails that pop more than jump shots. The scoreboard became background noise to tweet wars. Players chased clout like loose rebounds, dancing after 2-4-10 shooting nights.
Let's get it! Lack of awareness combined with a lack of ability to jump. Not great. Bang!
Me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow.
Yeah! Again, do it for me. Me bow. Bang!
Staging bestie moments for hype reels. And the fans, they checked out. Because when your branding feels like a sneaker-wearing beauty pageant, actual athletes get drowned out. Enter Sophie. No drama, no thirst traps, just a smirk and a slogan that exposed the entire machine. The league's obsession with virality backfired spectacularly. Instead of amplifying athletic brilliance, they spotlighted petty feuds and fashion critiques.
100,000 followers overnight. I don't know if you guys knew, she had like 300 or something less than 48 hours ago. Insane. The enforcer has arrived. And she even posted like twice since then, bro. She's totally taken it to a whole new level. Like, Caitlin Clark has a new star. This is like a new star in the WNBA. People ain't gonna like it. People aren't gonna like it. Trace Leches, you know what I'm saying? Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexi Hull, which, by the way, kind of was obsessed with her before she even came along.
Ticket sales stagnated while engagement metrics lied, mistaking outrage for investment. Sophie's Arby's moment was a wake-up call. Fans crave substance, not static. They'll rally behind a player debating roast beef ratings, but scroll past choreographed locker room dances. The WNBA's real failure? Prioritizing content over competition. When the loudest cheers come for haircuts, not hook shots, you've lost a game before halftime. Then came the moment everything changed. During a chippy game against Phoenix, Caitlin Clark took a brutal foul. Shoved hard, I poked. The refs did nothing. So Sophie stepped in. One retaliatory hit later, she wasn't just Clark's teammate, she was her enforcer.
One thing I like about Sophie is that she's tough. So when Caitlin Clark last week, or not last week, a couple days ago, when Caitlin Clark got destroyed, her girl Sophie came to her defense, and this was the most beast mode thing that I've seen a woman do in WNBA history. Now, Sophie, who's my one of my favorites now, she's become one of my favorite WNBA players. I'm gonna watch her too, like I watch Caitlin. Look at what she did, and people may not say that this was in response or whatever the case may be, but I feel like Sophie is like, you want to play?
The backlash was instant. Petitions demanded her removal from the league, calling the move disgusting. But fans? They bought her jersey so fast it sold out overnight. Her TikTok followers exploded from 300K to 800K in 48 hours. Why? Because in a league allergic to accountability, Sophie did what the refs wouldn't.
So Caitlin Clark's teammate Sophie Cunningham's jersey has officially sold out on the Fever website. And this comes the same week as the chippy foul that led to some ejections at the end of the game. It was a bit of a revenge foul taken up for Caitlin Clark after a hard foul on the other end. And then immediately a petition online from the Caitlin Clark haters to have Sophie Cunningham removed from the WNBA. They're trying to get folks to sign it. They said what she displayed tonight was disgusting. Yeah, it was a hard foul, but now it has the Caitlin Clark fans rallying around her, buying up her jerseys to the point they've officially sold out. Fortunately for this petition, I think they just turned Sophie Cunningham into a new WNBA A-list super.
Protected her teammate. No PR spin, no apologies, just raw loyalty. This wasn't reckless aggression. It was calculated sacrifice. Sophie knew the optics, but chose integrity over image. Fans saw through the outrage cycle. They recognized the player defending her rookie when the system wouldn't. The petition backfired, morphing from condemnation into canonization. Suddenly, Sophie wasn't just Clark's teammate. She was a guardian the Fever needed.
They'll say that when you are good at basketball, you're pretty, and you got grit, those three things make you bad to the bone. And I think this is one of it's new trends that's going on in the WNBA, in my personal opinion, is that not only will you be good at basketball, but you also, some of these women will look like women, right? And you still look like dudes. but now they look like beautiful women that are playing basketball. And one thing I like about Sophie is that she's tough.
In a single play, she exposed the league's hypocrisy, punished protectors, but ignored instigators. The jersey sellout wasn't support for violence. It was a referendum on justice. While critics called it luck, RB saw chess moves. They signed Sophie immediately, turning her viral quirk into a sponsorship goldmine. But this wasn't random. Sophie's every step was calculated. While Reese forced beefs for clicks, Sophie engineered relatability, timing the shirt, leaning into the hot girls meme, even censoring herself about why she rarely eats Arby's. Wink, wink, nudge. Suddenly, her $12 tee outsold 3 WNBA marketing campaigns combined. And the league? They kept paying influencers while Sophie banked $800K sales off authenticity. Arby's didn't just hire a spokesperson. They partnered with a movement. Sophie's contract wasn't transactional. It was symbiotic. She kept her edge, joking about occasional indulgence, while Arby's embraced her unfiltered charm. No sterile corporate scripts, no cringy slogans. Just an athlete who genuinely liked their food. The genius? Sophie never sold out. She brought fans in. Limited edition shirts dropped with behind-the-scenes footage of her debating menu items, making supporters feel like co-conspirators in the joke. Meanwhile, the WNBA sponsorships felt like forced marriages, logos slapped on jerseys, athletes reciting talking points. Sophie proved partnerships thrive on shared DNA, not dollar signs. Contrast Sophie's rise with Angel Reese. Once the league's darling, Reese now watches her merch collect dust. Why? She built her brand on chaos, scripted rivalries, TikTok auditions for drama, clout-chasing loose balls. But fans see through performance art. When Sophie's shirt outsold Reese's jerseys 100-1, the silence was deafening. No dig, no clapback, just quiet scrolling through mentions, wondering why manufactured hype couldn't compete with a woman eating curly fries. The lesson? You can't algorithm your way into fandom. Realness rebound harder than a missed layup. Reese's struggle isn't about talent. It's about trust. Followers smell desperation when every post feels like a plea for attention. Sophie's organic growth highlights a brutal truth. Audiences reward consistency over chaos. Reese's viral moments, staged confrontations, exaggerated reactions land like soap opera episodes. Entertaining but forgettable. Sophie's Arby's review? Relatable. Her jersey defense? Respectable. Reese's brand screams, "Look at me." Sophie's whispers, "I see you." That connection converts casual viewers into loyalists. Reese isn't fading. She's learning. The real panic isn't in silence. It's in realizing authenticity can't be faked. The backlash wasn't just from fans. Teammates gave side eyes. Whispers called Sophie lucky, attributing her rise solely to Caitlin Clark's spotlight. But that's the panic talking. Because Sophie's authenticity threatens a system built on control, where leagues handpick stars and force narratives. Her 800K shirts prove fans crave athletes who ignore the script. When she mocked Arby's while promoting them, that unvarnished honesty felt like cracking a window in a stuffy room, and glued-on lashes flew. Because in a world of curated sorority, Sophie's a girl who shows up sweaty, fries in hand, no apologies. The real tension? Sophie exposed a broken hierarchy. For years, the WNBA operated like a gated community. Stars were anointed based on marketability checkboxes, viral dances, fashion deals, willingness to perform league-approved rivalries. Entry required playing the game, posting thirst traps when engagement dipped, manufacturing beefs during slow news cycles. Then Sophie arrived with a fast food shirt and a shrug, accidentally creating more value than 3 seasons of orchestrated drama. Her crime wasn't the Arby's tee. It was proving the emperor had no clothes. The league's resentment isn't about her. It's about the mirror she holds up. Watch closely, and you'll see the subtle sabotage. When Sophie's jersey sold out, no official league account celebrated it. When petitions demanded her removal, silence echoed from headquarters. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's mildest TikTok gets amplified within hours. This isn't coincidence. It's institutional bias. The machine punishes those who succeed outside its playbook. Remember, the WNBA spent decades begging for mainstream attention. Now that Sophie's delivering it organically, they're sidelining her success as Clark adjacent. Why? Because admitting she cracked the code would force accountability. It's easier to call her lucky than to admit their branding seminars are obsolete. The financial sting cuts deepest. Sophie's Arby's deal likely cost the league nothing. No sponsorships diverted. No budgets drained. Yet her $12 shirt outsold entire team merch collections. That's an existential threat. When a player can monetize authenticity better than the league's entire marketing apparatus, it questions every overpriced consultant, every cringy influencer collab. The whispers calling her not a real star, that's fear masquerading as criticism. Real stars boost revenue. Sophie's doing it while eating curly fries on camera. The league's real issue isn't her approach. It's that her approach works without their permission. Even the side-eye reactions reveal the rot. Teammates who played for years suddenly see a rookie-adjacent player commanding Arby's deals and sellout jerseys. Human nature breeds jealousy, but the WNBA structure fuels it. When a league prioritizes reality TV narratives over hard stats, players learn to view popularity as a zero-sum game. Sophie's rise feels like skip steps to those who paid dues performing for cameras. But fans aren't rewarding seniority, they're rewarding sincerity. That disconnect breeds locker room toxicity. Veterans resenting Sophie for playing by new rules the league refuses to acknowledge. The most dangerous precedent? Sophie proved athletes don't need the machine. Her partnership with Arby's wasn't funneled through league sponsors. Her viral moments required no PR approval. This independence terrifies a system built on central control. What happens when more players follow her blueprint? When they build direct fan connections through authenticity instead of league-managed hashtags? The WNBA's resentment isn't just about lost revenue, it's about lost control. Sophie didn't break the rules, she revealed they were cages. And in that realization, the league faces a choice: adapt or watch more stars walk around their walls. This isn't just about Sophie, it's a trifecta rewriting WNBA stardom. Caitlin Clark bringing new fans without pandering, Aaliyah Boston shutting noise down with dominant stats, and Sophie Cunningham exposing branding fluff with a t-shirt. Together, they're magnets for a simple reason. They act like athletes, not influencers, not reality stars. The league spent years begging for attention. Now it's here, and they're fumbling because the spotlight found real players, not pre-approved mascots. Sophie's jersey sellout wasn't luck. It was proof that substance always outsells sizzle. Caitlin Clark, the silent tsunami. Clark's revolution started with a paradox. She ignored the WNBA playbook entirely. No viral feuds, no clapbacks at critics, just record-breaking threes and laser-focused interviews. While the league pushed rivalry weeks and reality TV narratives, Clark let her game scream louder than any tweet. The result? She didn't just attract basketball fans. She pulled in curious outsiders. Middle-aged dads, college students, even grandparents who'd never watched women's sports suddenly knew her name. Why? Because excellence is universal. Clark understood what the league forgot. You don't need to manufacture relevance when your jump shot rewrites record books. Her 37-point debut wasn't just a highlight. It was a cultural reset. And the most radical part? She never once asked for permission to change the game. Aaliyah Boston, the anti-drama weapon. Then there's Boston, the walking rebuttal to every WNBA marketing meeting. In a league obsessed with selfies and subtweets, her dominance operates on mute. While others chase Instagram aesthetics, Boston racks up double-doubles like grocery items. Remember her 27-rebound game? No choreographed celebration, no post-game rant. Just a shrug and that's my job. Her power lies in making the extraordinary feel routine. Boston doesn't battle narratives. She evaporates them. When critics question her physicality, she dropped 30 points on 80% shooting. When drama swirled around teammates, she anchored the defense without a word. Her brand is the antithesis of modern sports. No noise, all proof, and fans are starving for it. Merch sales? Steady climbs, not viral spikes. Social growth? Organic, relentless. Boston's lesson is brutal. Stats don't need filters. Sophie's secret sauce, the $12 rebellion. But Sophie's genius was the final piece. Where Clark and Boston conquered through performance, Sophie weaponized personality without losing authenticity. That Arby's shirt wasn't random. It was a calculated middle finger to league-approved branding. Think about it. She partnered with a fast food chain while mocking its food. 9 out of 10, but I rarely eat at Wink. That's not sponsorship. It's satire with a paycheck. While the WNBA forces players into sterile influencer boxes, Sophie turned a drive-through joke into a movement. Her 800K shirt sales expose the truth. Fans crave layered humanity. They want athletes who can drain threes and debate crinkle-cut fries, who defend teammates and roast corporate partners. Sophie's blueprint is terrifyingly simple. Be interesting, not Instagrammable. Why the trifecta terrifies the old guard. Together, Clark, Boston, Cunningham form a perfect storm. Clark brings eyeballs, Boston validates talent, and Sophie makes fandom fun. This trio's success bypasses every WNBA rule. No drama dependency. Their buzz comes from achievement, not arguments. Anti-persona. They reject villain/hero tropes for complexity. Merch magic. Sales driven by organic connection, not league promotions. The league's panic isn't subtle. Why promote Reese's TikTok over Boston's 20-rebound night? Because Reese fits the tired diva versus darling narrative. Clark, Boston, Cunningham break the mold, and the mold makers hate it. The fan rebellion no one saw coming. Here's the seismic shift. Audiences aren't consuming. They're choosing. Sophie's Arby's deal succeeded because fans felt like co-conspirators in the joke. Clark's followers track her stats like stock portfolios. Boston supporters celebrate her silence as integrity. This is Fandom 3.0, participatory, personal, and utterly uncontrollable. The WNBA's outdated create content, push the fans model is collapsing. When Sophie can outsell league merch with self-designed tee, it's not a win, it's a warning. Fans now hold the leverage, and they're voting with wallets for authenticity. The crossroads, evolve or obsolete. The WNBA faces its iPhone moment. Adapt or become blockbuster. The trifecta's rise proves three non-negotiable truths. Athletes over actors. Fans want specialists, not influencers. Access over Polish. Raw car reviews produce documentaries. Autonomy over control. Players build better brands and leagues. Ignore this, and the exodus begins. Already, young stars emulate Sophie's casual authenticity over Reese's forced drama. Sponsors player-driven campaigns over league partnerships. The blueprint isn't coming. It's here, and it wears fast food shirts with a smirk. The unspoken irony. The greatest twist? The league's big marketing problem was never real. Fans didn't abandon the WNBA. The WNBA abandoned fans by prioritizing performative engagement over athletic excellence. Clark, Boston, and Cunningham didn't revive interest. They exposed the interest that was always there, buried under bad branding. Now the walls are down, and the revolution isn't televised, it's trending. Sophie Cunningham didn't wear a shirt. She wore a mirror, and the reflection showed a league lost in its own noise, prioritizing TikTok clout over toughness, hairstyles over handles. Every shirt sold screamed what fans want. Athletes, not actors. Authenticity over algorithms. Until the WNBA understands that it'll keep wasting generational talent on gimmicks. Because Sophie's 800K sales? That wasn't marketing. It was a revolution in a drive-through bag. If you believe realness beats ratings grabs, comment Red Hot Sophie below. Then subscribe and hit notify. We expose sports hidden truths weekly. Because the game's changing and Sophie's writing the rules.